Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Phoebe and today I'm going to be showing you every single book on my physical TBR. The idea here is that I'm going to obviously film this now, show you every single book that I physically own that I haven't read, and then we're going to revisit this at the end of the year and we're going to see if I've actually read these books. As for the books I currently physically own, I want to have either read them, tried them and DNF'd them, or just decided they're not for me and unhauled them by the end of the year. I have not counted these yet, so I don't even know if that's physically possible. For reference, I read 80 books last year. My goal this year is 50. I'm pretty sure I definitely have more than 50 on my physical TBR. But there's some that I've had for so long that I probably either won't read them, I'll just donate them, or I might give them a go but not end up actually enjoying them or actually finishing them. The first stack of books I've got are the books from my January TBR that I've not started yet. So I did a whole video choosing my January TBR. This isn't all of them. I've already started a couple. But this is the first stack of books that I own that I haven't read. But I hope to get to most of these this month. So that's not too big of a concern. Let's count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 books on there that I haven't started yet from my January TBR. The next set of books that we're going to go through is my TBR cart. Yeah, she's quite full, so I'm literally gonna go through and tell you every single book I own that I haven't read. So there's these, and then there's I think about 29, 30 on my actual shelves, which we'll get to after. The books on here are a mixture of books that I'm really excited about and also books that I've owned for a long time. The books that kind of sit in between the two of those, so books that I've had for a while but I am excited about, I just don't need to read them right now, they're on the shelves. These are books that either I know I want to get to in the next couple of months, or books that they need to be on here so I can see them and prioritise them. Let's start with the top row. This is all fantasy on the top, so we'll start from this side. We've got These Violent Delights, Powerless by Lauren Roberts, Heir of Fire, Girls of Paper and Fire, Legend Born, Defiant, Fire with Fire, The Bright and the Pale, I think, yeah, that's what it's called, Shielded, The Forest of Souls, and then around the back on the top we've got The Fire Queen, which is a random book I found in a charity shop. I think that's the second in the series. I think the first one's downstairs. Oh, I think there's 4 books downstairs that I haven't read. The first one of that, I think, is it called The 100 Queen or something? The Essex Serpent, and a book by Matt Haig. And then, anyway, the last one here is The Raven Boys by Maggie Steve Otter. Is that how you say it? Steve Otter? Steve Otter? I don't know. Sorry. So they are all the fantasy books on the TBR cart. This is more on the shelves that I own but haven't read. So moving on to the second shelf, this is a bit more miscellaneous. There's a few dystopias on here and then there's quite a bit of romance. So we've got Red Queen, This Savage Song, Dust, Shift. I don't know where Wool is. Wool might be downstairs. Catch-22, Fangirl, Strictly on Ice, The Heart Principle, Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World, Crazy Rich Asians, Call Me By Your Name, Talk Bookish to Me, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, Part of Your World, Open Water, After Love, what's this? Dear John, Before We Were Strangers, Until I Met You, and Hanny and Issues Guide to Fake Dating. And then on the bottom shelf we've got The Inheritance Games, The Final Gambit. I don't own the second one in the series, but I've decided if I read the first one and enjoy it, I'll get the second one and read the whole series. What's this called? Foul is Fair, The #1 Ladies Detective Agency, The Mysterious Affair at Styles, The Colorado Kid, Scenes of a Clerical Life, The Illustrated Man, Cat's Cradle, The Dark Half, They Wish They Were Us, The Housemaid, The Penelopiad, is that how you say it? The Margaret Atwood one. Penelopiad, is that how you say that? Sorry, don't know. Songbirds, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, Anxious People, Small Pleasures, The Vanishing Half, and You Made a Fool of Love with Your Beauty. So that is all the books on the TBR cart. Let's count those and see how many we've got on here. So we've got 7 from my January TBR, 3 downstairs, I think, so that's 10. I've counted, if I've counted correctly, 61, including the January TBR, the TBR cart, and the 3 books downstairs. So 61, and I think there's 29 on the shelf, so that takes us up to 90. Am I going to be able to read 90 books in a year? Probably not. And there's also quite a few new releases coming out. I uploaded a 24 anticipated reads video the other day, which has some new releases in it. that I really want to read as well. So if I want to get through all these, we're definitely going to have to declutter some of them and unhaul some of them before I even start. But there's definitely some on here that I'm just not particularly interested in reading. So I'm not writing myself off yet. I still believe that by the end of the year I can pretty much have most of my physical TBR cleared. We'll see how delusional I was when we come back to this in December. But now let's move on to the books on the shelves. I have no idea where my big tripod is, so I'm just going to have to pick the camera up and take it with me. What I've done to make it easy, so let me step back, is all the books I haven't read, I've turned them around, and when I get to them I'm going to turn them back around the right way and show you. So as my shelves are now, all the books that are like this where you can't see the spines, I haven't read those ones. All the books that you can see, I have read. Reasonably pleasantly surprised, to be fair. I thought there was a lot more books on my actual shelves that I hadn't read. So this isn't too bad. But obviously I've still got 90 books. And that's not even counting like audiobooks that I own or Kindle books. I have so many Kindle books that aren't Kindle Unlimited, Kindle books that I own that I haven't read. So we'll get to that another day. That's not the priority. The priority at the minute is the physical TBR. So I'm going to start up here. I've read Ace of Spades, but I haven't read 9000 and haven't read The Atlas 6. The next book I haven't read on here is Lightlark by Alex Astor. The only other books on this shelf I haven't read. This is a series by Alexandra Bracken. I don't know what the series is called, but the first one is The Darkest Minds. I know literally nothing about it. I bought this on a complete whim in the works. No idea what it's about. The next shelf, I've actually read everything on it, so that's good. Same with the next one. The only thing I haven't read on here fully is the Heartstopper yearbook, but that's not like a book to read, it's just random little like facts and character profiles and stuff, so we're not counting that. But yeah, I've read everything on these two shelves, which is great. And then on the next one, we're moving into romance now. There's 4 books on here I haven't read. The first one is 6 Times We Almost Kissed. I got this from a book fair. I don't know much about it. I think it's a YA sapphic romance. The next one, I can't believe I still haven't read this, is Carrie Soto Is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. The only reason I haven't read that is because I don't want to have no Taylor Jenkins Reid books left. That is literally the only reason I haven't read it. I'm so excited for it. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Oh, sorry, there's 5. I didn't see this one at the end. We've got My Dark Vanessa. I've had this for such a long time and never read it because I know it's just going to be quite a difficult read. And then last one here, we've got The Summer of Broken Rules and we've got Happy Place. I know, I'm pretty confident that I am going to really enjoy this. I love Emily Henry. And then Summer of Broken Rules by K.A. Walther. This is another one I think I'll end up taking on holiday and just having as like a cute little beach read. This is still a romance shelf. So first of all, we've got Things We Left Behind. It actually lives down here, but it would have been too awkward to film, so I just moved it to the top. This is the last book in the Knock 'em Out series. It's Sloane and Lucian's story. I do want to get to that one quite soon, but we'll see if I actually end up accomplishing that or not. The next 3 are all Ali Hazelwood books. I love her books. It's Love Theoretically. I've read one of the novellas in Loath to Love You, but I've got 2 novellas left. I might save those and take them on holiday. And then we've got Check and Mate, which I will probably end up getting to quite soon. Next, we've got Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I love Better Than the Movies, so I am excited about this. And then we've got 3 on this stack over here. We've got Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. You'd Be Home Now by Kathleen Glasgow. This is one I might unhaul and not read because it sounds really sad. And Once More with Feeling by Alyssa Sussman. Moving on to this bottom shelf. This is a miscellaneous shelf of, there's actually like, Punk 57 is one of my favourite books. This is a shelf where I just don't really know what to do with the books. And again, this is one of my favourites. It's not like I don't like the books on here. They've just kind of ended up down here because I'm going to rearrange my shelves soon anyway. So these are just living down here for now. We've got 3 John Green books that I got from a charity shop ages ago and still haven't read. We've got Turtles All the Way Down, The Fault in Our Stars, which no, I have never read, and Paper Towns. And then at the end here we've got Binding 13, which I am really, really excited about this one. 3 books on here. The next 3 in the Addicted series. So we've got Kiss the Sky is the next one for me that I haven't read. And then I've also got Hot House Flower, if I can. This maybe wasn't the best idea because I feel like this whole video is just me really shakily filming me failing to get books back on a shelf, and then Thrive as well. Top shelf, we've got Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I am really excited about this. I might try and get to this in like February or March. And then I've got These Hollow Vows and Guild by Raven Kennedy.
Also Legends and Lattes, which I forgot to turn around.
And then on the next shelf, I've read most of them. This is special editions of, I've got the 4 of them. Once Upon a Broken Heart, I haven't read it. This is A Curse for True Love, which I haven't read. And the second one is on the way in the post, but isn't here yet. And obviously I haven't read that either. Divine Rivals duology, so Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. I do ideally want to get to these really quite soon. I'm really quite excited about Divine Rivals. And then the next one, I will get to these at some point, but these aren't particularly, you know, reads that I'm super duper excited about. I've read these 5, but I haven't got to these 2 yet. What is this, the Gods of Monsters series, or have I just completely and utterly made that up? I might have made that up. It's by Laini Taylor, and I really didn't enjoy the first one. So I think I'm going to start the second one, but the chances of me actually finishing that series I think are probably quite slim. And they are all of the physical books that I own that I have not read. So I think if we add them up, there's probably close to 100, probably just under 100. So will I read them all this year? Who knows? The problem I'm having is that a lot of the books on here are the first books in a series. So if I read them and like them, like Red Queen for example, this is like, is this like a 4-book series? There might be more than 4, I don't know. But then obviously if I read this and like it, then I've got to get the other 3 or 4 and read them, which then pushes back all these books. So the problem I'm having is that a lot of these are in series. So I think my main tactic first of all is to finish series I've started and try and tackle some of the standalones on here, and then later on in the year carry on with some series that I don't own the other, well not carry on, start some series that I only own the first book of, and then if I like them towards the end of the year I can pick up the rest of the series and read them next year. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video was somewhat enjoyable. I think it was very badly filmed on my part, but hopefully it didn't make you seasick. And we will come back to all these books at the end of the year and see how many of them I actually got around to reading. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like it, please do give it a thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. All my socials are in the description if you are interested in seeing me elsewhere on the internet, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!